Okay, so we regress to understand the impact, whether the impact of CCTs change over different seasons. We regress attendance on the interaction between CCT and harvesting period, and then SMS and harvesting period. And then this high means that there's a sub-treatment arm where the households got 30 taka per day instead of 20 taka per day in the second phase of 2018. And then we have household fixed effect and time fixed effect, day fixed effect. So this term basically captures the additional effect of CCT or in SMS if they are positive, relative to normal season. Okay, but this equation one doesn't allow us to measure the impact of CCT itself because we have a household level fixed effect and households assignment to different treatment arms is the same across all four phases. So in order to be able to identify these, we also consider the version where essentially we replace the household level fixed effects with class level fixed effects. Okay, so anyway, we get the similar results, either specification, and we are looking at the sort of extra effect of harvesting season. So what we see is that roughly, the effect of CCT on attendance is 10 percentage points larger during the harvest season if we use the daily morning attendance records. And this is, basically the similar effects if we use class level fixed effects. Now, we also have monthly attendance records that include non-intervention days. So we also use these data, and the advantage of using these data is that we also have similar data after the end of intervention in 2018. And if we do this after the, 18, so this is based on the data from 2019. Basically, more additional effects of CCT during the is gone. But of course, when I say CCT effect, there's CCT in 2019. I'm just using the treatment assignment. Okay. Now, the results so far tell us that the effects of CCT tend to be larger during the harvest season, but we don't know exactly why that is the case. So in order to shed some light on this why question, we have also conducted focus group discussion. So we conducted a total of 14 FGDs in the last week of January 2025 across 3 unions in Gaibanda. And we had a total of 155 respondents. Mostly they are the guardians of students. Now, about half of the households are from kind of self-identified agricultural households, and heads of non-agricultural households are mostly drivers, business owners, and day laborers. So here are the main findings of the FGDs. So kids from agricultural households are deeply involved in helping out their households relative to children from non-agricultural households. So I guess this resonates with the points that Professor Islam was pointing out. And nearly all the guardians of boys and girls reported that their children assist their household in agricultural activities. And on the other hand, only 15% of guardians from non-agricultural households reported that kids are involved in business, among which about a third of those who own grocery shops reported that they're assisting them. So there's a distinction between agriculture and non-agricultural household. But if you go back, in these slides, actually when you look at the impact or additional impact of CCTs during harvest and non-harvest season, although the difference is not significant, non-agricultural households actually tend to have a larger extra effect. And this might be because, kids in the agricultural household may be working for the firms anyway, but there's more leeway for non-agricultural than boys. And then, boys tend to miss schools during the rice planting and harvest seasons, both during Boro and Aman seasons. Although, from the data we have, we don't necessarily have such results. And on average, boys tend to miss, 7-8 days per week. In contrast, girls miss less frequently. So in conclusion, we find that CCT impact is, higher during the harvest season, and the impact estimates for agricultural households. So non-agricultural households are consistently higher than those for agricultural households. And the siblings sort of moderates the CCT effects for agricultural households. So, there may be a direct, effect of child labor. So there may be a displacement of who is working for farms within the household. But we find that there is a and we also looked at how the rainfall moderates the effects of CCTs, and we find that CCT effects tend to get smaller when there's a rain. And both empirical analysis from our data and FGDs indicate that CCT effects tend to be smaller for households with a larger supply of child labor in the absence of CCT. So with that, I want to end my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Moki. So now we move to the last discussant, Mugdho from IFPRI. Your 5 minutes.
Sorry, I have some slides. All right, thank you so much. I'll try to be brief given we're not far away from lunch. But again, sorry for my fellow discussants. I'd like to have my slides whenever I speak about any paper. So yeah, just to summarize for everyone, and I don't have slides in